For incoming freshmen, the college experience is something everyone looks forward to when starting the new semester. A big part of the freshman experience is dorm life, a home away from home. One of the most exciting aspects is having a roommate who everyone dreams will become their best friend to do everything college life with. But what can start as a dream can end in an unimaginable, disastrous experience. People experience situations they never even began to think would ever occur because, well, it is just not normal. There are moments where people feel that it is just a you live and you learn situation, and hopefully they come out not traumatized. Since some do not want to live through horrible experiences, maybe they can learn from people who have already been in distressing situations. Though these stories are some of the worst, the former freshmen remain anonymous to avoid any future angry texts from their freshman year roommate. Randomly assigned roommates can either be a blessing or a curse. For one GC student, it was their worst experience. I never met her and only knew her vibes through her social media pages. We were friends for the first few months, but it turns out she was insane. She got completely blackout drunk in the first month and peed on the floor. Not even in the bathroom, but our bedroom. Then, she blamed my suitmates and I for her situation, and no one cleaned the pee up for 2 days. She also had sex in the room while I was in there, and she thought I was sleeping. Not sure why though, because it was 10 p.m. Well, that was bad. What was worse was the number of times my suitmates would text me at all hours of the night to leave the room so that they could have raging, loud sex even though we didn't even live in the same room. My actual roommate and I lived together for the rest of the school year after that incident, but did not say one single word to each other. She once threw up vertically while standing up. She tilted her back a bit and just threw up the wall of the dorm room and did not say a thing after. She also would never flush the toilet, and I called her out on it, and one day, I came back and there was a huge log of feces on the closed toilet seat. She either placed it on there or did her business directly on the toilet, but I have no idea what that was about. She also did not shower. She was potent. She was ripe. Perhaps judging people from their social media profiles is not the best because it does not equate to the person's personality. Though this GC student did not change dorm rooms, it still is an option for all freshmen out there. Sometimes people do not have to wait a few months to find out their roommate is insane. Sometimes it happens on the day of move-in. Another GC student dealt with situations that would infuriate any normal person. The night of move-in, her friend brought multiple bags of white substances, and they were definitely not baking cakes. This is the same friend that frequently used my hand towels to wipe out his bong. I wasn't mad about that, not my business. I was mad, however, that they lined their substances up on my side on the shared bathroom counter and left it there. Of course, I didn't wipe it off. I know how expensive cake baking is. My roommate was a transfer student and knew no one on campus. All her friends drove from off campus to party with her, so I offered to take her to Chick-fil-A on the first day of school and show her around. But we were too hungover to get out of bed the entire first week of school. This didn't affect me any, but her parties the nights before were loud and obnoxious. I could go to bed until she called me begging me to let her into the building because she was afraid to call the CA because they were all underage drinking. This happened nearly every night from move-in to mid-semester. I had a subscribe and save order for industrial earplugs from Amazon by the third week of school. My actual breaking point with everything that happened was when I came back to the dorms from a long weekend vacation to the beach to the entire suite bathroom trashed. The cat had used the bathroom everywhere. There was food and trash everywhere. My personal belongings were ruined. The toilet was clogged with pasta as if someone was using it to cook. There were drugs and other substances literally everywhere, and I had had enough of living with this girl and her weird friends. I got ready in the mornings in the communal bathroom and went to my friends' dorms every night to shower. And I think the hamster was also dead at this point because the cat had no food or water when I came back. Within a few days, the police were outside of my building and my roommate's friend was in police questioning in the lobby. No idea what happened to her, to be honest. The roommate transfer form is there to be used, so freshmen, do not shy away from it. While these former freshmen dealt with their individual roommates, CAS have the job of dealing with all of them. A GC student CA has experienced both the good and the bad parts of the job. My worst experience is the time I had to have a conflict mediation about basic bathroom responsibilities because they were just peeing on the bathroom floor every now and then. I never expected to have a talk about that in a room of college students. One of my best experiences was when one of my residents would come into my room and we'd talk super late into the night, and it was pretty fun. CAS can be intimidating to some, even though they are no more than a few years older, but they are a friendly face in housing who want you to have a fun freshman experience. Try to get out of your comfort zone and talk to new people and try new things. College is a great time to recreate yourself and even just to find new hobbies, advises the CA. One of the best things about being a freshman is that dorm life experience. Regardless of whether it is good or bad, it is an experience nonetheless. It could either turn out to be a great story or a great friendship, and it is up to an individual to take the actions that they desire. Learn from those before you, and maybe don't do your private, gross business in shared areas of your room.